The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by
Mingy Beef Jerky,
Clark's Pump and Shop, Whitaker Bank, Roberts Insurance, Crown Trophy, Sutherland Chevrolet, Rafferty's, Double Dogs, and by Prep Spin.
Hello, I'm Gary Ball, your host of the Scholastic Ball Report. Welcome to the show today. We've got a great lineup for you this week. As always, we have a feature from WKYT from around the state. The Roberts Insurance teams of the week are George Rogers Clark and Gray Crossing High School basketball team with Josh Cook and Steve Page. The Crown Trophy Scholar Athlete of the Week segment features Claire Roberts with wrestler Mac Darland, athlete to athlete. From Nicholasville, we have the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week with some more great highlights. The Clark's Pump and Shop legend is interview number 2 with Kim Shelton, CEO of Lexington Sporting Club. But we know what you want. You want the best highlights in the state. We got them. It's called Game Time with Brian Ballum, Lee K. Howard, Lindsey Goff.
The regular season wraps up, though, just in a couple of weeks, and many of the teams tonight you will see have deep runs in March in them, I think.
Yeah, and leading us off tonight, a battle of traditional parochial powers, Trinity and Lexington Catholic. But it has been a struggle for the Rocks out of Louisville, and only recently have the Knights kind of revved up the engine. Lexington Catholic has won 8 of their last 9. We head over to Clays Mill Road. Knights work it into the corner, and that is where you find a Jacob Holland firing a 3. And Lex Cath is out to the early lead. You can add to that lead when Ryan Harward drives it from the elbow, hits the layup, and Catholic getting up and down the floor on the break. Max Meager with the off-balance drive. Knights by 5. Shamrocks hanging in with Catholic. Inside, it's Julius Edmonds. The duck in, the bucket. Catholic rolls 9 out of 10. They squeak by 47-46.
No matter who you cheer for or what the sport,
Clark's Pump and Shop is there to support the young people who play.
Whether it's a snack on the way to the game or restocking on the way home, Clark's is the winning stop. And whether you're choosing from drinks, chips, or a one-of-a-kind crispy, crunchy chicken, you'll be a winner no matter what the scoreboard says.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids. Prescription hearing aids could cost $3,000 or more. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Call now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
Good things come to those who wait. Unless you use Distinctive Design Remodeling to upgrade your home, go from fine to fantastic faster than you might think. With this many finished projects, what are you waiting for? Get your project finished faster with Distinctive Design Remodeling.
It's a high school basketball showdown as the GRC Lady Cards host the Sacred Heart Valkyries and the GRC Cards host the Great Crossing Warhawks. Tuesday starting at 6, live on the Lexington CW.
Lexington Christian Academy football program will have a new head football coach next season. The school announcing that Doug Charles is retiring after 25 seasons with the program and 6 as the Eagles head coach. In those 6 seasons, Charles had a 65-15 overall record with 5 district titles, 4 region titles, and 2 state runner-up finishes. Charles' coaching career spans 45 years. Associate head coach Oakley Watkins will take over as the head coach of the program. Certainly wishing Coach Doug Charles the best in retirement.
Hello, welcome back to the Scholastic Ball Report. As one of the 2 Roberts Insurance teams of the week, boys basketball coach from George Rogers Clark and Great Crossing High School. With us are basketball coach from both schools, Josh Cook from George Rogers Clark, Steve Page from Great Crossing. Welcome into the show, coaches.
Thank you.
Thanks
glad
for
to be
having
here.
us.
Before we start, we're excited to announce that the CW WKYT will be televising your game this Tuesday night, February 11th at 7:30. It follows another great girls high school game at 6 o'clock between Sacred Heart and George Rogers Clark. Let's talk about each of your seasons so far this year, guys. Let's start with you, Josh. It seems that your team is playing its best basketball right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to get better. We've got a solid record, but most importantly, we've showed improvement the past few weeks. Christmas tournament was a good learning experience for us. Just time to try to figure out who we wanted to be. But overall, we're kind of heading in the right direction. We're getting healthy. We're learning. We're growing, and with a few weeks left, I'm very pleased where we are.
Coach Page, you said you have a target on your back. How's your season going?
We've had a really good season, I think. We've at time of this taping won 11 in a row, and similar to what Josh says, it's nice to win games, but I feel like we're improving. We had had one of our senior guards leave the team a couple weeks ago, so we've kind of had to mid-season adjust to that, and the kids are doing a really good job of, adjusting to that, and some kids stepping up into some roles that early in the season they weren't doing, but they're doing a great job with it. And we feel like we're getting better every game, and have 7 or 8 more opportunities going into postseason to keep improving.
Talk about some of the playmakers on each of your teams. And Josh, you're first.
For us, it starts with our point guard, obviously, Malachi Ashford. He's kind of the guy that kind of gets us going. No matter whatever kind of play we're trying to run or whatever we're facing defensively, we need him to be aggressive for the most part. Just trying to either make plays for himself or make play for others. And then it probably falls into Montez Gay's hands as far as being off the wing and making plays. But he can take it off the dribble. He can spot up and shoot. He can he can post. He can do a little bit of everything. And really, for us, we're kind of a balanced team. I think we probably spread it around where guys do their jobs more or less. So we talk about playmaking, obviously, our post game, trying to feed inside the post with either Amari or Maddox Hager, letting those guys, try to expose their matchups, and then mid-elbow the kick to the wing, let those other guys make plays, and you fall into Spillman and Eli Craig. And we're pretty balanced. In years past, I probably had some more teams that could probably go one-on-one and more guys that can make plays. This team probably offsets each other better by just doing what they do well. So we're kind of really just focused on guys doing their jobs.
And Steve?
Yeah, I mean, we have 2 2,000-point scorers, seniors for us, Malachi Moreno, obviously University of Kentucky commit, McDonald's All-American. We try to play through him. And then, Vince Dawson III, who's our school's all-time leading scorer, going to play at Moorhead. He can do a little bit of everything, score on all 3 levels, and he's a great compliment to Malachi. And then, talked about our point guard leaving, so LJ Holman, a sophomore, has really stepped into that role and embraced that role here the last few weeks. And really, he wanted to be our point guard all along, so it's been a good mix for us, and he's done a really good job. He's a student of the game. That's the one thing I like about him. If we're going to hand the reins to anybody, he probably watches more film than I do. So that's the great thing. He's trying to learn every single day. And we got Gage Richardson, shoots the ball really well. Jamari Mason and T2 Cooper are kind of, we need them to make shots for us to be successful. And then, Brady Orm, a freshman, has had a great season as well. Great on the JV level, good on the varsity level. And he's going to be our future, of our program.
Don't forget to join us Tuesday night, February 11th at 6 o'clock for the Sacred Heart GRC game and the boys game between GRC and Gray Crossing at 7:30. Good luck, coaches.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's it for the Roberts Insurance Teams of the Week. We'll be right back with more on the Scholastic Ball Report.
Founded by Kentuckians for Kentuckians, Whitaker Bank is a uniquely Kentucky bank committed to the communities it serves. At Whitaker Bank, you'll find personalized service, a dedication to excellence, and a genuine desire to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit us at any of our conveniently located branches or go to whitakerbank.com to learn how Whitaker Bank can serve you. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Don't worry, help is on the way.
With any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately, and batteries never need charging.
I was having a stroke and I was scared to death.
If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Life Alert is a lifesaver.
My husband is alive because of Life Alert.
Life Alert is the lifesaver to keep me out of assisted living.
Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-344-6363. That's 1-800-344-6363. Call now, 1-800-344-6363.
Hello, I'm Claire Roberts, a volleyball and basketball player at Lexington Christian Academy. Welcome back to the Scholastic Ball Report Athletes and Athlete segment. Today we honor the Crown Trophy Scholar Athlete, and he is Mac Darland. He is a golf team member, he's a wrestler at Lexington Christian and also on the football team. Welcome to the show, Mac.
Thank you for having me, Claire.
You're welcome. So could you talk to us about how you got into wrestling?
Yeah, so my dad always, he used to fight MMA a little. And he always thought that the wrestlers were the strongest guys that he ever went against. And he always wanted me and my little brother to be able to defend ourselves. So originally he put us in jiu-jitsu when we were very young. But they were teaching to pull guard, and he didn't think that was very realistic. So he put us in wrestling at a very young age. That. And I kind of just grew up around the sport, and I've really loved it ever since.
Oh, that's awesome. So how long have you been wrestling?
Since I was 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So you've been doing it for
my whole life, basically, since I've been able to walk, pretty much.
That makes sense. I feel like that's how boys go, especially growing up.
Yeah.
So LCA has a fairly new team this year. How do you think the team's looking?
I mean, for a second-year program, I think we look really good. Everybody's getting better every week, and that's something you really like to see, especially with a sport like wrestling. It takes a minute to pick it up. I mean, I've been doing it my whole life, and I'm still not the best in the state even. So, I mean, it's hard. It's a hard sport, but I think everybody's getting better week in and week out, and I think next year we're really going to be special, honestly, for such a young team.
So what's your best accomplishment in wrestling or your favorite memory?
So I have probably separate ones for that. My best accomplishment is definitely getting 5th at state last year. So my freshman year, we didn't have a team. So I didn't get the opportunity to wrestle. In middle school, I wrestled. I lost in the state finals in middle school, so I got 2nd. But last year was our first year as a program. and I knew what it would mean for this program of our school if we had a state placer in the first year, and I came into state ranked I believe 11, and I finished out in the state and getting 5th, which was surprising to most people, I'd say, and but it was, to me, it wasn't surprising, and I'm very glad I did it. That's definitely my biggest accomplishment in the sport so far. Hopefully, I get some bigger ones soon. And then my favorite memory ever is probably when I was like 10. When I was like 10, I was on this national team in Georgia, and we were in a big duel with a team from, I want to say, Pennsylvania. I don't remember. I was about 10 years old, but and I was the last match because I was the biggest kid in the team, and my match was the like decider for the duel. Like if I won, our team won. If I lost, our team lost. And I was wrestling this kid, and I'd already beat him the year prior, I think. And he was beating me. I think I was down 6-2, 6-1 maybe. And I ended up pinning him with like 20 seconds left. And I remember my whole team going crazy, and everyone like patted me like, let's go. And I think we ended up winning the tournament. And it was a big national, so I remember everyone being super hyped about that. And that's something that has just stuck with me. And that's why I want to have a good dual team always.
That's such a good story. I love that. So, not only are you an athlete, but you're also a student athlete, and LCA has a super competitive academic program. What would you say is your favorite class and why?
So this year, my favorite class is probably AP US, maybe AP Biology, and both of that's because of our teachers. I really like Mr. Harris. He's a funny guy, and I think he's very good at teaching history, and he's very good at relating it. And then AP Biology would be close because Mrs. Jasper's the kindest person you'll ever meet, and she's a great teacher, and I really enjoy having her. It's the second time I've had her, and she's definitely my favorite science teacher I've ever had. So one of those two, it'd be tough to pick.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you face any challenges keeping up with your grades while being an athlete?
Oh yeah, I mean football season, man. We got practice till 8:30. You don't get home till 9 every night. It's tough, and you're tired. You don't want to do your homework, but you gotta push through it and do it. So I mean, yeah, you definitely got some struggles, but I mean, my family has always prioritized academics first. So to me, it's more important than how I perform on the field or on the mat. So I mean, yeah, it's hard, but you gotta fight through it.
Well, thank you, Mac, for being on the Scholastic Ball Report.
Thank you for having me, Claire.
You're welcome. Now that's Mac Darland, the Crown Trophy Scholar Athlete of the Week. We'll be right back with more Scholastic Ball Report.
Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week. We go to Richmond for the Douglas at Madison Central girls game, and the Lady Indians running the fast break to perfection. Not once, but doing it twice. Natalia Strader, the recipient on both plays. She would finish with 21. Douglas would get the win 64-58. But Madison Central showing you how to run the fast break with the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and Prep Spin.
Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. Introducing Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact.
It is so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Strengthen and tone your legs, increase your mobility, flexibility, and balance. Plus, stimulate healthy circulation.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better. It makes me feel stronger too.
Perfect for home therapy. Whisper quiet to use while you work.
My circulation is moving, I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. Call and get upgraded to the Deluxe Bundle. Get the faster motor for 5 miles of steps per hour, the step counter, the sport mat, and wireless remote. Call now.
Hello and welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report as we honor the Clark's Pumpkin Shop special guest of the week. It's Kim Shelton, the CEO of the Lexington Sporting Club. Welcome to the Scholastic Ball Report, Kim.
Thank you so much, Bridget. It's great to be here.
So how can people hear about these great events that you have coming up? Do you all have a website or a way to get that word out?
Absolutely. LexSporting.com is our website. If you want to get tickets, LexSporting.com/tickets. We look forward to hosting sellout crowds as we go into this upcoming year, and to providing an awful lot of fun, entertaining soccer experience. When we think about our stadium and what we're trying to bring to the community, we definitely are bringing an amazing soccer experience, but we're working really diligently to make sure it's a fun night for our families and for our fans, for entertainment seekers in Lexington. We'll have live music, we'll have face painters, we've got a couple of miniature ponies that visit us. Thunder and Lightning are their names. So we've got a lot of fun things that we're doing around the stadium to make sure that the event is not just a soccer match, which we do plan to host very entertaining soccer matches, but then also a real experience for our fans.
Describe, in your opinion, like the growth that you have seen in soccer participation over the years.
Gosh, I think back to my days when, there's a lot of folks, a lot of dads didn't know what soccer was, right? I always kind of joked that the soccer would take off when my generation became parents and were able to coach our kids, right? And that has begun to happen. We've seen it in the game, when the World Cup was hosted here, and I believe it was 94, right? And then the Women's World Cup, which I actually had a brief stint that I was able to work with the Women's World Cup in 99, which was an amazing experience. And now here what we have coming up ahead of us here in 2026, when our country will again host the World Cup. So, what you'll see is jumps in popularity of a sport when you're hosting those types of events in your country. And we have the opportunity here in the United States and North America to be hosting the Club World Cup in 2025, the FIFA Men's World Cup in 2026, and then we'll host the Olympics in this country in 2028. So you'll have a lot of really high-level soccer being played in our country. And those are moments in time where we really see growth in the sport. So we really feel like we're building this in Lexington at the right time for the game. Add that to, you'll call it the Ted Lasso effect, right? A lot of folks interested in the game of soccer for loads of reasons. So we really feel like this is a moment for us. And then you take that and you pair it with the rocket ship that is women's sports, right? So we're launching, we just in this past 6 months to a year, we've launched a women's professional team. You've got the World Cup coming in. So the combination of those two things, I think, is really a great opportunity for us to have what we have in Lexington and to participate in the growth of this game.
So do you see any other trends for the future in the sport of soccer, or just continued growth?
I think continued growth. I think one thing that's talked about an awful lot in our game is promotion and relegation, which is something that's very much a part of European soccer, but not yet a part of American soccer. So I think that's something that you can look to see on the horizon. There's a lot of discussion around it. It's not, I'd say it's not solid yet, but there's definitely a lot of conversation around it.
Thank you, Kim, for that great information about the Lexington Sporting Club and soccer in general, and for being on the Scholastic Ball Report today.
Thank you for having me, Bridget.
That's Kim Shelton, CEO of the Lexington Sporting Club. We'll be right back with more on the Scholastic Ball Report.
Clark County, George Rogers Clark, GRC. No matter the name you choose to call them, one thing has been the constant in the Josh Cook administration, and that's winning. The Redbirds have won 55 straight games in regular season play against 10th region competition. The last 5+ years, if you add the postseason, how about 84-3? Not bad. GRC hosting Scott Senior Night on Senior Night. Cardinals with the opening tip immediately to Malachi Ashford has the bucket. Eli Craig, underrated player, driving over the middle to Maddox Campbell for the finish. And he'd have 11. GRC off to a 9-0 beginning. Aaron Hampton puts the Eagles on the board with the transition layup. But we come back to the other end. Craig, 3-ball. He had 18. GRC, no trouble. 102-58.
Good things come to those who wait. Unless you use Distinctive Design Remodeling to upgrade your home, go from fine to fantastic faster than you might think. With this many finished projects, what are you waiting for? Get your project finished faster with Distinctive Design Remodeling.
For over 25 years, Lovesac has been rewriting the rules of comfort. It's okay to change your style. It's okay to change your mind. And to change things up. Get messy. Get immersed. With Lovesac, you make the rules.
Good things come to those who wait. Unless you use Distinctive Design Remodeling to upgrade your home, go from fine to fantastic faster than you might think. With this many finished projects, what are you waiting for? Get your project finished faster with Distinctive Design Remodeling.
That's a wrap for this week. Special thanks goes to our Scholastic Ball Report team. Randy Rosenbaum, our streamer. Joel Clace, our director, WKYT. Executive producer, Bridget DeVries. The WKYT sports staff are Brian Mollum, Lee K. Howard, Lindsey Golf. They're always there to do great highlights. Until next week, thanks for watching, and remember, for those you see and you don't see, keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by
Mingy Beef Jerky,
Clark's Pump and Shop, Whitaker Bank, Roberts Insurance, Crown Trophy, Sutherland Chevrolet, Rafferty's, Double Dogs, and by Prep Spin.